What's up, Nick here from MyGreatiPhone.com, and today we're going to bring you an iPad case review, and this comes from the guys over at Otterbox, as you can see right here on the top of the packaging. Now this is the packaging the Otterbox Defender series for the iPad, as you can see again on the packaging, comes in. It did get a bit battered and bruised on the way to me, as you can see right there, so hopefully it will come in better shape for you if you decide to purchase this case for yourself. So obviously I'll display the price for the case on screen right now, and you can see if whether you think this is worth buying after we've done the review. So let's actually take a look what comes inside the packaging. Just pull it out like so, put that to the side as we don't need that, and it just comes in some sort of reminds me of that material you have in hospitals for peeing, I believe. So that sort of material right there, and this comes in, and then it comes in a little folio thing right here. You can open it up, and they do give you a screen protector, as you can see. So this is obviously the first line of the protection, with there being 3 layers of protection, or probably 4, I would say, 4 layers of protection for this case. So that's the first one. Nice big microfiber cloth with the Otterbox logo on it and their website, as you can see. That will also be in the description to go check it out. And it does also give you some instructions on how to apply the screen protector, one for the Commuter series and one for the Defender. Obviously this is the one you want to look at if you decide to purchase this case, and it does also give you a nice big applicant card to obviously squeeze any air bubbles out that you may have whilst installing the screen protector. So let's just put that back in, and we'll actually get onto the case itself. Okay, so like I mentioned earlier, there is 3 layers of protection, or 4 layers, which we'll get on into a second. And this is obviously the first layer to the iPad. Now, every feature on the device is fully accessible. However, it does include some silicone port covers, which we'll get on into in just a second. So let's actually bring the iPad in right now. And I've obviously tried some before, and I did experience a few issues with this actually taking the iPad off, or taking the case off the iPad. So just be aware of that. It is a very snug fit, which obviously gives it a lot of protection, and Otterbox do state this is the toughest case available. So obviously you should come to expect that if you decide to pick this up for yourself. So to install the iPad into the case, you simply take it and you slide it in from the top, like so. Shouldn't worry about your iPad getting scratched, as you do if we just pop it out again real quick. It does include these felt patches right here, which raises it off the plastic. So you shouldn't have any worries there, and it also does include this back piece right here, which we'll get on into a second, with this big foam bit, which actually I'll put on right now to make it easier. So it does have that foam bit as well, which again raises it and stops the iPad from getting scratched. So just be careful when sliding it in. It should slide in very easily like so. Like I said, very snug fit, so just be careful, don't push it in too far. Now obviously you take the top bit again with a nice piece of felt, Otterbox logo right there, and this just again stops it from getting scratched. So we just flip it over, push the iPad down, and as you can see right here, you can see the Apple logo, but this is covered. It does have a plastic little cover right here to cover your Apple logo, so again shouldn't get scratched. So you just put the top piece on top, slide it down and snap it into place. Yeah, again, it is a very tough install, so just make sure you get everything lined up perfect with this 2-piece first layer. Okay, so we are installed for the first layer. Pretty clean install, as you can see, so your iPad is fully protected from there. Next layer is obviously the silicone. As you can see, very thick, sturdy piece of silicone. This will attract a bit of lint, a bit of dust. Just wipe it off and you're good to go. So very thick silicone again with the Otterbox logo right there. And let's actually install this one now. The tricky thing about this is that it does have to, as you can see around this piece of the plastic, there are loads of little holes, loads of little ridges, and the silicone basically grips onto that. So you will have to make sure you hook every bit of silicone into those little ridges. So just go about installing it like so, and obviously you can go ahead and install that silicone into those little ridges after you've actually got it all the way around your iPad. So just go around popping them into the holes. So as you can see, it sticks out, and you just pop it into the hole like so, and it's gone down, and you just do that all the way around. So like so, and it shouldn't take too long at all. Okay, so we've got the silicone fully installed on the iPad. Obviously all the ports and everything had to go into the side of the ridges, so shouldn't have any problems with that. Only thing I noticed on mine, I'm not sure if this is for everyone, but as you can see down here at the bottom, the silicone doesn't seem to want to go in as easy as it does all the way around the other sides. So just something to note right there. I don't know if that's on all of them, but mine certainly takes a while to get in, and it just doesn't seem to want to go in itself. So let's actually take a look at all the ports while we're on pretty much the main outside layer of the case. So as you can see over here on this side, there's nothing. I'll go into these, what they're for, in a second. If we move up to the top, as you can see, you have the headphone jack, which is covered with a bit of silicone right there. So again, nothing's going to get into your headphone jack. That's fully protected, so you can just lift that up when you want to use it. And a very deep cutout for the microphone on top. If you move to the other side, as you can see, the power switch is covered by a nice thick piece of silicone. Again, very easy to press, just push it in and you should get to that with no problems. Move over to this side, as you can see, your silent switch is covered pretty much like the headphone jack with a nice thick piece of silicone, and you can just squish that in and it should cover that up nicely. And again, your volume rockers are covered with a big thick piece of silicone, very easy to get to. If we move to the bottom, as you can see, the only actual open cutouts is pretty much your speakers right down here at the bottom. That's just so you can actually listen to music whilst with your iPad on this case. Now, as you can see, your 30-pin connector isn't accessible, but that'll come in handy. Well, that's nothing to worry about, because you do have this piece right here which snaps off like so. So you just, basically this is your 30-pin connector, and this allows you to dock your iPad whilst in this case. So if I just snip that back in, you can see it does have this ridge right here. So you just push in and out it slides, and obviously you now have access to your dock, and you can go ahead and dock your iPad whilst in the case. So obviously that's going to work with any Apple dock or any other dock which actually fits to the iPad. So the next layer is pretty much the stand. As you can see right here, this is the back plate. It does include these 4 pieces of silicone strips right here on the back, and that basically just, when you lay it down flat like so, your iPad's not going to move anywhere. So that's pretty much that. You do have the Otterbox logo again down here at the bottom, and just simply to install this, basically guys, you just use these 4 little corners right here, as they have holes in like so, and we just get it the right way around. You just get this outer shell, the back plate does include these little things that stick out right there, like that, and they go into those holes on the side of the case. So just make sure you have it lined up perfect and just snap them in like so, and then you're good to go, and you have the back plate on there, and obviously that's going to give you a nice bit of protection when dropping your iPad. So there you go. Now obviously this back plate isn't just there for another bit of protection, this actually acts as a stand as well. So you just lift up like so, and as you can see, it acts as a stand. So you just lay it down like so, and obviously take your iPad and sit it in, and obviously it will sit on the stand very nicely. So that's pretty much that. Obviously you can use it in portrait as well. It doesn't work as well, but it does work in portrait mode as well. So that's that. And obviously you just snap it back down and install it back onto the case. Now you can also use it on the front if you want to protect your screen. I'll give your screen a bit more protection than just your screen protector, so you can snap it on front ways if you choose to, like so. And obviously you've got a shell on each side, you can still see your Apple logo, and maybe that's the way you want to use it. It's up to you. So that's pretty much everything you need to know about the Otterbox Defender series for the iPad. If you have any questions on this case, any comments, any thoughts on this case, if you've purchased it yourself and you want to let me know your thoughts on this case, leave them in the description down below. But I am a big fan of this case, very useful if you take your iPad out a lot, if you go out camping with it or something. Maybe you're going to take a look at this case, as it does offer a lot of protection and stops any dirt, any dust or anything getting into your ports, so they're fully protected as well. So all the links for Otterbox are in the description down below, and it's Nick here from MyGreatiPhone.com. Have a great day, and I thank you all for watching this review.